Trap Media USA, like, share, subscribe. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Happy Christmas Eve. If you celebrating a holiday, hope your holiday is good. You're eating good, you're living right, working out, getting your 10,000 steps in a day. Today, I want to touch on the YouTube boxing community as a whole. Too often, as I was pointing out today, there'll be some type of fantasy fight or something in people's mind or something that the public will want, and somebody will say it, and then people will run with it like it's a real story, but there is no actual source for it, or they'll be like, "Oh, my sources told me," or something like that, when they really just heard it from another channel, and that wasn't source. It's not nobody really connected to the business. With all of the hate that Floyd and Tank get, they're not really talking to none of these people. They hear all of the conversations. You hear Leonard lashing out. That's because there is a mass, especially in the black community, there is a mass pushback to how they're moving. The Floyd Mayweather green print, Tank, over criticism, I would say, to his opponent choice. I like Pedraza. I like Cruz. I like Barrios. I think those are some very quality wins, and we're going to see with Barrios, and we're getting ready to see with Pedraza as well as they step up in competition post Tank fight. But yeah, man, start telling a lot of these big channels. If you tuned in, man, stop just putting out stories that's not true just for clickbait or title. Because sometimes they'll know something isn't true. It'll be a certain point, but they seen a lot of other channels get views off of it, and they so view hungry that instead of having integrity, they'll continue to run with the story and try to play like, oh, mate, no, it's not true. So stop getting the people excited for things that is not a fact yet. Source it, source it, source it. We need hashtag source it. And a lot of these people comments, it's up to the listener to start calling these narratives out. Man, where did you get that information from? Man, is there an article I can find that from? Is there a source that we know breaks all the news, like Woj in basketball, or Shams in basketball, or Coppinger in boxing? Not saying that everything that they say is true, but they're a lot more politically connected to these promoters and stuff like that. Now, in situations with the Wilder, of course, you can tap into 7A Sports or other big YouTube channels. We just seen Devin on BFTV. Now, we know certain channels have relationships with certain fighters, but we really haven't seen Tank or Ellerby. We seen them more kind of combative or confrontational with the YouTube community. They're not liking the narratives that are being put out there. So with them, every situation is a little bit different. Every fighter and every relationship is a little bit different. I'm not saying nobody on YouTube has no short sources, but in a fight like this, Floyd and them already told you their game plan for Tank. They won't be wavered by what people are saying. They're going to go with what they know because they feel like they've been in the business and they know more than you. You just somebody talking online that don't have Floyd Mayweather money. You never done what Floyd Mayweather has done. So that's how they look at you. So they could care less what you're talking about, and they can care less what I'm talking about. They're all about executing what they know that has worked in the past. Whether that's right or wrong, it is what it is. But I'm just saying, in a story like this, why get people riled up for something that's not happening? I think yeah, so we know at this point it's not a real thing. Do I want to see the fight? Of course, I would want to see the fight, but my overall point is just source your information. Make sure your information is sound. Try to reach out to somebody close to the situation. We know Batman be on a lot of YouTube channels. Tap in before y'all start pushing these stories, and when you find out these stories aren't real, don't keep running with it. If anything, come out and let everybody know that you tapped in and you check all of the information and it didn't check out. Trap Media USA just trying to bring some order to the YouTube boxing community. There's too many channels, too much oversaturation, and that's leading people to get desperate. And this is one of the desperate forms, putting out fake news.